Peter Cutler, 7773. I don't know why we have all these numbers turning up after people's names now. Maybe I've got numbers after my name. It's like being in prison, isn't it? And Peter Cutler has very kindly commented and said, in the case of Lee Anderson, many people would find his use of language offensive, but I'm sure you could find many Tories over the past 200 years who have made very offensive remarks. Take good old Walter Frank Higgs, who was a Conservative MP from 1937 to 1945. He was speaking in Wellington, New Zealand in 1947. The present blizzard and power crisis in Britain was possibly a blessing in disguise. Empty bellies is the one thing that will make Britons work. We want 11 people after 10 jobs, 11 firms wanting 10 orders. It is the only economic way, the only sane way. We are living in a fool's paradise. Well, yes, but he's not using the F word, is he? And he's not telling people to do something that actually is not in fact legal. You see, the problem with Lee Anderson's expression that people should be should F off back to France is that isn't technically possible. If they were to F off, we would be under an obligation to find out where they've gone. If they have been exported back to France, then France has a right to reject them and return them to us if it wants to, because they came to us, they appealed for asylum to us. And the problem is we haven't processed them. So yes, after they have been processed, then they can be returned to their original country, or indeed, under the Suella-Braverman proposal, to a third country. But Suella-Braverman is proposing to send these people to a third country without having been processed, without having had their application considered. And that is the area where it becomes legally questionable. So, yes, Lee Anderson lacks decorum. He also lacks sense. He also lacks thoughtfulness. And he replaces this with noise, with ignorance of the law, with hate, with prejudice, and with an example that is simply beneath contempt. That is the point I'm making, Peter. I hope that's now clear.